was a great weekend all through, even though some Nigerians did their best at the Olympics. Joining us to look at the updates from the London 2012 this morning as a sports journalist, Solomon Ajuziogu. Good to have you this morning.
I'm happy to be here once more.
Let's talk about boxing first. And I think the Nigerian boxer, Ogoke, that particular match, that was a victory for us. I have to come from that.
Well, that was victory, but it hasn't amounted to a medal. She got lucky. I would say she got lucky. The margin was slim. She held on to qualify, but I doubt if she'll be able to pull it through because she's going to be competing against the world number 2.
But the way it is now, there's another sore point people have been talking about, and that's in the game of tennis. Someone always close to winning, never won a game, and now playing before his own British crowd, did fantastically. For some, they don't see that as fluke, because if you look at the results, it was winning all the way till the last.
Maybe Roger Federer wasn't at his imperial best. Murray played in front of the British crowd just about a month ago. So why couldn't he win that? He couldn't. But I think that the way it is, it seems Federer has become a prophet of some sort. I would rather say...
Why do you say so?
Well, Federer, I think it was a bit of sympathy for Murray. After the Wimbledon final, Murray broke down and cried, seriously, and it was like the comments Roger made after that was very, very sympathetic and hoped that the guy would win. And it seemed to me maybe Federer just wasn't at his best.
I mean, but anyway, but if you look at the game now, we've seen clips of it on television. It wasn't as if it was a giveaway. Does it look like anything? Because some have argued, perhaps, that it looked like a giveaway, just for the keeps for Murray.
It will take a very long time for people to come over this to actually believe that he won fair and square. How many games has he been able to beat Murray? In how many games in top Grand Slams has he been able to beat Federer? Well, this is not a Grand Slam, it's Olympic gold. So we'll wait for him to still win a Grand Slam.
And, well, another one we saw, there was the case of the weightlifting, and quite an impressive performance from the Chinese. And now we're talking about the female weightlifters. We came bottom.
That's not a surprise. I don't know why a lot of, maybe the patriotic spirit. I don't know, I wasn't expecting anything. We didn't prepare, weren't ready for it. It's just all paper talk. Weren't going to get anything from it. You can see that the Chinese are back on top of the medals table. It's planning.
Well, we were actually hopeful that Mariam was going to give us this particular medal.
You were hopeful.
Loads of Nigerians, and I had to see all of them. They tweeted, yes, go for it, Mariam, when she started, but she didn't go quite through this particular stage. What we saw from the Chinese and the Russian, was something that people would say it amounted to proper practice, as you rightly said.
Now, let me explain something to you, Sulaiman. In 2008, China won, and everybody thought it because they hosted. But they've forgotten that in 2004, the Chinese came second. Then in 2000 in Sydney, they were third. So you can look at the progression. It was planning. Weightlifting is not a particular area in Olympic sport that you expect the Chinese to make an impact, but they seem to have prepared themselves. Usually, maybe the Indians, maybe the guys from the Eastern Bloc, former Soviet republics and all that, make a lot of impact in this area. Once in a while, or it used to be that Nigeria picked 1 or 2 medals from there once before, but it used to be where the Indians were the the Russians, the former Soviet bloc, the Eastern Bloc of Europe dominated. But the Chinese have made a breakthrough in many other areas of sport. It's planning. We even understand that ahead of the 2016 Olympics, the Chinese have started preparing like a year ago. So they have a crop of people they've started training who weren't thinking of this Olympics, who are thinking of the next one.
But we know that truly planning is very important. What some Nigerians don't understand is, well, there must be a game that we're good at, we're good in.
Of course,
it could be gymnastics or swimming, one of these. But we haven't seen anyone at the Olympics.
The problem is we are very good in athletics.
I mean, sorry to come in again. Remember when we have some sports event being hosted by states, you see some fantastic swimmers. If it's going to be maybe hosted by the South states, you see fantastic swimmers maybe from Delta, Cross River, Rivers. But how come these same swimmers don't even make it to the Olympics, let alone getting us any medal?
Who are the people who win medals in the Olympics? They are whites, they are Caucasians. So that's another issue altogether. Once in a while, one in 100 chances, you might get someone off the hook, off the block, and all of that. But look at the pattern of those who pick the medals in swimming, so you know exactly where they come from. Whether they are Zimbabweans or South Africans, they are usually whites. That's another issue altogether. We'll probably have great swimmers in the Niger Delta area, but maybe not good enough for the kind of thing you see at the Olympic level. We are certainly very good in the sprints. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, the Jamaicans, the guys from the Caribbean are Nigerians. There was actually a study in 2003 on this, and what they have found out is that those guys from Jamaica, most of the guys from the Caribbean who win in the 100 meters, who do well on the track, have the same physiological makeup, the same biometric makeup like as Nigerians, So it's not that we're not good in athletics. We're not just planning. We just think that talent is enough. That's not enough. I'm like I didn't expect anything, but I think that at some point, Blessing Okagbare, having ran a 10.92 in her heat, was going to stretch the market a little, because when she ran in the heat and ran a sub 11, and the way she took it so easy, I thought in the final she might be able to give the others a run for their money. But now you understand that it's not just about the speed, it's also about the psychology. You are competing against the world champion, you are competing against the Olympic champion, you are competing against people who have clocked less than 11 seconds, just like you. There's the psychology of it. So when you prepare to run very well, and you are very quick off the blocks or in the middle or wherever, and you've got what it takes to clock a sub 11 for the women's 100 meters, you also need the psychological and emotional preparation. These are other aspects of it. So it's not just enough that you are very quick. I think that's what Usain Bolt has got. Everybody thought, oh, Johan Blake or Asafa Powell, Tyson Gay, but when push came to shove, you saw the champion. It was Usain Bolt. He got it all right.